Uh, Buck 52 says, really want to move to a Bitcoin standard. My wife and I chatted over dinner last night. She said, how would you pay the bill tonight? So, I mean, I can't speak for everybody here, but what I do in that case, like, this is what you could do. This is a very simple way to do it, especially where we are right now. You kind of have to be conscious, I guess, but I think over the next 10 years, like, we're going to have a lot more good months than bad months. But one thing that you could do is you just every month, first of the month, or whenever you get paid, maybe the 31st or the 30th of the last month, you just dump that into Bitcoin, into ShakePay. That's pretty much what I do, honestly. I use Bitcoin well for like, larger amounts and a recurring buy, but I put an amount into ShakePay every month and I keep it in Bitcoin. So it sits in my Bitcoin account within ShakePay. And then when I need to sell some, I usually look at like the day. Like, this is what you look at: the price you paid when you bought it. So let's say that on March 1st, you put your total spending cash for the month into Bitcoin. Then, or half it, you might go half, you might go 60, 70%, something like that. Then you look at the price you paid on that day. And let's say it was 85K on March 1st. That's what you bought in at. Right? So then when you go to spend some cash, maybe you go out for dinner with the wife, maybe you have to pay your phone bill, maybe you have to pay your utility bill. Who knows? Anything that you need to pay for, you look at the price of Bitcoin that day. If it's higher, let's say it's 90,000 the day you need to spend some cash, then you sell Bitcoin. You swap Bitcoin from Bitcoin to your cash account, and you can pay with your Visa with ShakePay. If the amount is lower, let's say it dropped from 85 down to 80, that's when you have a bit of a cash reserve there and you spend your cash. But either way, you're pretty much like, you're going to increase your purchasing power if you're doing that right. And if you're doing that strategically, when Bitcoin's higher, you sell some Bitcoin. And don't consider it like you're selling Bitcoin, because you're not trading it for dollars. You're actually spending it. So there's a big difference between selling and spending your Bitcoin. So when the price is higher than your original first of the month date there, that's when you spend some Bitcoin. When it's lower than that, that's when you spend some cash. So you're never really losing there. And in Canada, you can use ShakePay. ShakePay is great. As much as, I hate some of the regulations and some of the things they've done in terms of KYC stuff. ShakePay is a really, really solid way to utilize Bitcoin fully and also earn Bitcoin. Like, I don't want to say the amount, but I've earned a lot of Bitcoin on ShakePay through the years. So I'll for anybody watching today in the chat here, I'll put my referral link for ShakePay. That's for Canada only, but I believe that in America you can use Fold for something similar to that, where you can actually pay for things with a Visa card, prepaid Visa, pretty much. That's what ShakePay uses, and you actually get sats back. Did I put that in the chat? No, I didn't. It makes a lot of sense. And for me, with like our knggolf stuff, like, I buy a lot of hats, I buy a lot of products, and I pay for those products with my ShakePay Visa card. So every time I'm spending money that I already needed to spend, I'm actually getting Bitcoin back as well. And I think Fold has something similar in the US. I don't think people can share links in here other than me, but if anybody has a Fold link that they want to share with the American crew here, maybe just shoot it into the Living the Future chat and I'll share it with people here. So that's going to be I'll put that ShakePay. It should be in the show notes either way, but either way, I'll put it at the top of the show notes for today's show. So if you're listening to this later and you're in Canada, you can use that link. If anything, take money out of your house and buy Bitcoin. 100%. That's what I'm talking about.